Well, we're getting little snippets here, but everything that we've seen to me demonstrates that it's essentially my way or the highway. I understand this and you all need to accept it or you're just in the wrong. And I just don't see that ever being helpful. Like if somebody has a religious belief and you help to, because they want to be strengthened in that and what you do helps with that, okay, maybe fine. But you cannot say that the answer to this problem is for you to understand that you're a child of God.
Right.
It just isn't. That will work for some people, but it's not going to work for most people. And it's just, again, it's her saying my way is the way. And it's just,
Yeah. Right. Well, and a good counselor, if we're going to talk about, what good is, I really don't like the term good or bad. Like when she actually said that it's not about good or bad, I'm like, well, yeah, that piece is true. So it's not about good or bad, but an effective counselor is going to recognize that there are multiple ways. Like I talk about all the time in clinic that my job is different from like a medical doctor's job. A medical doctor is going to look in your ear and they're going to say you have an ear infection. And then they're going to go down their list of protocoled antibiotics. And if the antibiotic doesn't work, if you're not allergic to anything, here's my list. If you're allergic to something, here's my list. If we treat it and it doesn't get better, here's my list. Everything is protocoled. Whereas in mental health counseling, it's a lot more like a buffet. It's like, hey, I got 100 different ways that we can approach this. Let's start trial and erroring and see which way works for you. And when we find something that clicks, well, then let's keep going down that path and whatnot. So therapy is more, we're going to trial and error and build on what works until you've met your goals and you feel better.
Right.
So.
But what that doctor is not going to do with your ear is say, yeah, you have an ear infection. We have all these antibiotics we can give you. But what I really think you need to do is go home and pray that this is going to get better.
Yeah.
That's just not like he's not going to stay a doctor because it's not relevant information and it's going to hurt that child.
Right. That's like saying, hey, that's like saying you have cancer and it's getting worse because you don't believe that you're a child of God.
Right.
And there's no evidence to back that. Like it's several times, every time she starts opening her mouth, I'm like, where's your data? Where's your data? Where's your data? So, all right, here we go. Next one.
Speaking as if she's an expert and she's not giving expert data.
Yeah, there's definitely some narcissism going on. Either that or some delusional, like maybe some psychosis, like something. Well, this lady's got some mental health stuff going on herself.
She's popular, right? So that means that she's speaking the truth.